My life is in your hands. My life is in your hands. You took control when I was young, when I was not able. My life is in your hands. My life is in your hands. You took control when I was young, when I was not able.
Welcome to Inspired Blessings with Jimmy Prince. And today I have two guests, and I have Dr. Rich Petros, and he's a neuropathic doctor. And also, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And so I think it's always important to talk about health because I myself have always realized that if we want to be able to grow old gracefully as well as to be active when we're older, we need to take care of ourselves when we're younger. And I see too many people, older people today, regretting that they did not take care of themselves, since they were young. So that's why I thought that we should, really talk about how God tells us we're supposed to take care of the temple of the Holy Spirit because He resides in us and He wants us to be able to be healthy, to be able to do His God-given mandate over our lives. So thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. So we're going to have Stacie Z, because Mark Z is actually someone that I follow for revaluation. But anyway, so I had listened to her speak with Dr. Rich, and I know about Life Vantage, and I don't know why I decided to really listen to the whole thing because generally I'm like, all right, I already know that stuff, but I decided, let me hear it. And I was like, you know what? People really need to know about this because I take the product myself and I know that, it has helped me. So thank you so much, Stacie.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
what would you like to do, or how do you want to go about it?
I'd love to, if you've got that presentation, if you can put it up. And essentially what we want to do, and because health is so important from the day you're born until the day you pass, we can help slow that down. So we're going to be discussing how to improve your health through three very powerful genetic switches. We're going to be discussing the three powerful genetic switches in the human body that can be activated naturally to protect you against over 200 diseases.
Wow.
And it's all about reviving and thriving. So essentially, our flagship product is the Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, and it essentially supports the body's production of powerful antioxidants, plus boosts the immune system and overall health. It's been scientifically shown to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in just 30 days and 70% in 120 days. It activates the production of glutathione by over 300%, which is amazing because that is your body's immune system. Glutathione is so important. It also activates the production of superoxide dismutase by 30%, activates the production of catalase by 54%, enhances gene expression by at least 68%, and it neutralizes over 1 million free radicals per second, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yes.
Exactly. And it is literally the only natural product proven to extend the life of mammals by 7%. And that's based on a study by the National Institutes of Aging. It supports the body's natural ability to repair and rejuvenate its own cells. It activates over 400 survival genes. It also supports all three parts of the immune system, the barrier, the innate, and the adaptive. Supports a balanced and diverse gut microbiome, because what we're finding out is the gut microbiome is very important to the health and to your overall health and your brain health. Helps with sinus health, respiratory health. It repairs mutated genes. That's very important in this day and age with what's going on. It also eliminates inflammation and fibrosis, which repairs and rejuvenates cells. That's so important right now as well.
Mhm.
It also detoxifies the genes and keeps your genetic blueprint intact.
Wow, that is so important.
So important. Those genes, incredible. Okay, you can
Yeah,
go.
because I understand that the jabs actually have done damage to the DNAs of individuals, people.
Yes, that is absolutely true. And that's the wonderful thing about the Tri-Synergizer product. When you put, we're going to talk about 2 more products that go with this, and you'll see how important it all works together. So we talked about the free oxidative stress, that it can help with oxidative stress, that glutathione is so important too. Essentially, it's just an imbalance between free radicals and antioxidants in your body. So the free radicals are oxygen containing molecules with an uneven number of electrons. So the uneven number allows them to easily react with other molecules. So free radicals can cause large change chemical reactions in your body because they react so easily with other molecules. So the reactions are called oxidation, and they can be beneficial or harmful. A lot of times they're harmful. And a really good example of that is like if you bite into an apple and then you walk away for a minute and you come back and you'll see it's turning a little bit brown, and you leave it there for a day and it turns into that awful apple there. That's what's happening in your body every day. And those free radicals are linked to so many diseases: your immune system, your brain, your lung, your joints, your kidneys, your eyes, your heart, your skin. It's arthritis, it's MS, it's Alzheimer's, it's all those autoimmune diseases. So you want to keep that oxidative stress in check.
Right. Okay, let me go to the, yeah.
And then the really cool thing, I brushed on this a little bit, but I want to put it really big into perspective. When we said it actually eliminates 1 to 1 million per second, you could eat or drink 87 glasses of red wine, because that's good for you, right? But only in moderation. You could eat 100 some oranges. You could eat a crazy amount of pounds of blueberries, or take 113 vitamin C tablets, which is going to wreck your stomach.
Mhm.
Or you could take 1 Protandim and do the same thing.
I understand that for every 1 free radical, you need 1 antioxidant to kill it,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
exactly.
We got a lot of free radicals.
And, and,
Bunch.
and Stacie, this is important to interject this. When you eat those things that you were talking about or drink all of that wine,
Yes.
in half hour to 45 minutes to an hour, the antioxidative effect is going to be completed.
Yep.
When you take 1 tablet of Protandim NRF2, the antioxidative effect plus everything else that happens with activating cells and increasing gene expression, that continues over a 24-hour
24
period.
hour. Exactly. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's
So it doesn't matter whether you take it in the morning or take it at night. You're just basically, it's going to work whether or not you have the wine in the morning or
exactly.
Yeah, but it is, Jean Marie, it is designed to take with breakfast.
Yes.
It can be taken at night. A few people do that, but it is better to take it in the morning when you wake up and get into the light and your circadian rhythms kick in and your body says go, go, go. And so that's the best time to do it.
Right.
Yep. Okay. So when we say it's all natural, it's literally all natural. It's got turmeric root, green tea, bacopa, milk thistle, and ashwagandha in it.
Mhm.
And that's all natural stuff. It's been used for thousands of years. And the wonderful thing is when you put it all together, that's where you get the benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Combination.
Exactly. So in the study, you can actually see where if you take some of those products separately, they actually have a negative effect in the body. But when you put them all together in our patented blend, and has been scientifically studied numerous times, all 5 ingredients work together synergistically and give it an 1,800% beneficial increase.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So just on that note, Protandim NRF2 Synergizer has actually been studied by over 29 universities and medical institutions. And the conclusions on the Protandim NRF2 technology are just amazing. University of Texas, it's the guardian of health span. Washington State University, it's likely the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. The National Institutes of Aging, we talked about that earlier. It's literally the only natural supplement proven to extend life by 7%.
Wow.
Yes.
We need that these days.
Yes. And that's just in case anybody wants to do some of that research and check on some of those links and research studies. You're welcome to go do that. Or my favorite thing, and Dr. Rich's favorite thing, is, hey, if you think Protandim NRF2 might help you, but you're not sure, go to pubmed.gov, type in arthritis, and then NRF2, and you're going to be dumbfounded what comes up. So you can literally put in NRF2 and whatever, cancer, NRF2 and MS, NRF2 and
Diabetes.
And is that PUB MED?
P as in Paul, U as in umbrella, B as in boy, med, MED, .gov.
.gov. PubMed.gov.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
That's Jean Marie. That's the leading medical peer-reviewed library in the world that doctors use to do research to help their patients. But the average person can go on that site as well. But
yes,
we're all over that site. It's incredible.
Right. So this is a third party, it's not you saying it. It's, you know what I mean? So
that is correct.
Exactly.
The company has nothing to do with this, with the research that's on PubMed.gov.
Right. I feel comfortable with that then. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes these companies are lying these days. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Really?
It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the second pathway that we can activate to increase our health is called the NRF1, and it is literally the solution for mitochondrial dysfunction. And your mitochondria is essentially the protein responsible for regulating the expression of genes involved in mitochondrial DNA messaging to repair and produce mitochondria. So essentially, it's literally in charge of everything from your heartbeat to your brain. That's how important your mitochondria is. It's the energy. It's ATP. It's your powerhouse. It's what gets you going in the morning. And it literally produces 95% of the energy in the body that we use to function properly from the food we eat and the air we breathe. So the NRF1 increases cellular energy, or ATP. I'd say adenosine triphosphate, but I always get tongue twisted. So it improves performance through energy production. It enhances cellular health, which means cells function at their peak performance. It increases sleep quality and promotes cellular repair. And in case you didn't know, sleep is so important for healing the body. If you're not sleeping, you're not healing.
And you're also cranky.
Exactly. It boosts the mitochondria. Whoops, go back one more. No problem. It boosts the mitochondria production and the ability to network. And it also slows cellular aging by supporting chromosome integrity.
Wow, amazing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of this is also all natural. So it's got that acetyl L-carnitine, quercetin, which everybody's talking about these days, alpha lipoic acids, grape extract, and coenzyme Q10. So
Yeah,
all natural again.
So just real fast, how long has Vantage been out there? Yeah, in the
Oh
market.
goodness, Dr. Rich. Oh, for a long time.
In the current format, probably about 11 years, maybe total about 15 or so. But initially, nobody knew about this breakthrough technology in the 45 years of research. Didn't know about Dr. McCord, and it sat on the shelves of GNC for 5 years, and nobody knew what it was until people like Stacie and I started teaching what it was all about.
And so the founder, the creator, the scientist, doctor, what would you say?
He is.
Benefit him.
He's Dr. Joseph McCord, right? Joe McCord. And he actually won the Elliott Crescent Award, which is just amazing. So the people for the NRF2 product and finding the NRF2 switch, essentially the other people that won that award, Ford. I mean, this is amazing. He's just amazing in the biology field.
God had to download the information because I have no idea how people would have even known this.
The Elliott Crescent Medal is more prestigious than the Nobel Peace Prize in medicine.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
Very impressive.
Yes.
Okay. You can continue, sis.
Okay. Now we are on to the third switch, which is the NAD synergizer, the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, which is a boost for your energy, focus, and mood while supporting your total health and longevity with sirtuins and autophagy, which the autophagy is so important and is talked about in a lot of articles right now, especially those that got jabbed. The sirtuins deliver whole body benefits such as support for healthy longevity, the body's healthy inflammatory response, which with spike proteins, that's very important. It helps with joint health, healthy vascular system, and more. It also provides immediate benefits for energy, mood, and focus. And your sirtuin activity declines as we age, about 60%. So the NAD synergizer has been shown to double sirtuin activity in 24 hours.
Yeah, and sirtuins are your anti-aging genes, and they start diminishing when you turn 20.
Yes.
Wow, I like that. Called the fountain of youth.
Exactly.
Now I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because these jabs they're calling it the clot shots. Okay. How does your product help with blood clots? With clots?
So with the Dr. Rich, you might want to talk about it. We actually have a product called the Heart Health Stack that works, but then we always pair it with Cardio for Life, which Dr. Rich is a walking testimony to. So if you want to speak about that, Dr. Rich.
Yeah, well, I mean, if people want to know about if you have blood clots or situations like that, I was given 2 days to live 14 years ago, clotted solid from my right ankle to my groin, and met with Dr. Harry and Dr. John Cook, head of vascular studies at Stanford University Med School. They overnighted me 2 containers of that formula. Again, another natural medical formula.
Yep.
Dr. Ignarro was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in medicine for his research to create that very inexpensive formula. I was told, Jean Marie, that if I lived, it would be 16 months before my body metabolized all those clots. And being on a blood thinner and a painkiller, I would have to go to rehab because I'd be addicted. Right. I did what Dr. Cook told me to do. He told me if I took a scoop twice a day, my clots would be gone in 30 days. My clots were gone completely in 11 days. Right. Totally gone, validated by Doppler in 11 days. And my left leg, which was supposed to have major surgery and be deveined in 45 days, no plaque, no swelling, no discoloration, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, all normal. I mean, that's what we have available for people. The heart disease is the greatest killer of all people in the United States. Cancer is second. So we have solutions for people.
Right.
Yes.
I'm just curious though that these clots are different than past clots.
Yes,
I'm
you're
just
right.
curious how this would actually help. But
And
I'm hoping that
we
it
don't
will
know.
help.
We don't know. Even the doctor that saved me doesn't know. But an ounce of prevention is worth a
Oh
pound.
no, it's definitely worth a shot.
Yes.
I mean, not that shot.
I mean,
Yeah. Thank you.
Stacie, if you want to finish, then I'll go into why this
It
is
all
an
works
effective
together.
approach for those who have been jabbed.
Yep. So real quick, the NAD Synergizer, it is completely all natural too, and it helps with your blood vessels and everything. So it's got wasabi, olive leaf extract, cuprous, niacin, and theacrine, and that's how it all works together. So all natural, all formulated together to work.
Right.
And then, just autophagy real quick, Dr. Rich. It's essentially just the body's housekeeping system. So in all those articles coming out, they're talking about how important autophagy is right now. It's literally just your body going in and cleaning out the bad things, the toxins that are in there now, the inflammation, all that stuff. I think Dr. Rich has a great analogy for it. So if you want to do your septic analogy.
Yeah, well, I mean, our body's full of little septic tanks, 17 trillion plus septic tanks. And over the years, because of what we eat and what we drink and what we breathe, or medications that we take, those metabolites don't get out of the body, and they end up being stored in fat cells inside the body, and they stay there forever. And once they accumulate to a certain point, it gets pretty toxic. It's like a septic tank that's full to the top. And if you remain in that status, in that situation, you're an accident waiting to happen. A clean body is the way we were designed and created. And that's the way we should remain if we want to assume optimum health. But if we're toxic, then that's not going to happen. So it's a way. It's a deep cellular cleanse. Clean out all those little septic tanks and get everything the way it's supposed to be, like you were 5 years of age again, and we start over.
Wow, this is great because this is detoxing your body of all those toxic things that are in the jabs. So, I mean, this is great that there's hope out there.
Jean Marie, when we were at the pinnacle of this so-called situation in our country, I was so busy. I mean, I had to work 7 days a week. And as a believer, I don't. And then I finally had to say, I'm Sunday, forget it. I'm shutting it. I'll just have to wait till tomorrow.
Right.
But it was just hours and hours and hours each day, because people were being referred to me and they were not doing well, and they previously were. And these were all people either who got the bug and wanted help in overcoming it, or they got the jab or jabs and they were experiencing damage and issues and side effects and wanted to know, what can I do? Well, the good news is this. When one activates their genetic pathways, the oxidative stress genetic pathway, the mitochondrial genetic pathway, and the sirtuin genetic pathway, a miracle takes place. And Stacie, at the end, I'm going to give my teaching site so people can go and learn more about this concept, and they can continue to look at it and take notes and so on. But here's the problem. Those jabs alter DNA, and they cause things to happen in the cells and the performance of our genome that are abnormal. Okay, if a person is healthy, they are somewhat close to what's called in medicine homeostasis, which is fairly normal cellular function and performance. But those jabs are designed to do the opposite, to cause abnormal performance, especially related to our DNA.
Right.
Now,
We have
why.
We have 4 more minutes. So
okay. Here's why this is effective. When you increase gene expression with NRF2, you increase gene expression by 68%. Get the genes to produce the antioxidative enzymes, produce the enzymes to neutralize the free radicals and stop the damage. That's huge, 68%. But
Right.
when you add NRF1 and NAD synergizer to Protandim NRF2, gene expression is increased from 68% to 15 to 1800%.
Right.
You increase now the gene's cellular intelligence, a medical term. Now the genes recognize abnormal performance and issue commands to say, like, performance is too slow. Step it up. It's too fast. The cells over there. Slow it down to normal. Oh, you got damaged cells over here. I recognize that. You're getting damaged. What are you doing? Stop it. Repair the damage. Oh, DNA. It's been obliterated. We need to get these DNA fixed, and we need to do it now. No more damage. Sorry, you can't do that anymore. I'm watching you. Okay, inflammation. If they have pain, it's going to be minimized. Recognize and minimize. Fibrosis causes abnormal clotting, causes heart and kidney fibrosis, which is deadly. Minimized, rescript your chromosomes, etc. So if you take one NRF2 for 30 days, your cells neutralize the free radicals 40%. In 120 days, 70%. If you take NRF1, NRF2, and NAD together, increase the gene expression from 68% to 15 to 1800%, and neutralize 78% of the age-related oxidative stress, which causes every disease that doctors treat with prescriptions and surgery, 78% in one day, and that improves as you go. Plus, autophagy kicks in. You got to drink lots of water because you're going to get all that stuff that's the residues from the jabs and everything else your whole lifetime out of your body. Folks, write this site down, scienceandtiming.com. If you want a deep dive into what these three do together, medically validated, you can go to the 4th video and watch that. You're going to be astounded. But if you really want to know the science behind the cell activator NRF2 and NRF1 and NAD, Protandim NAD synergizer individually, the 1st video does NRF2, the 2nd NRF1, the 3rd NAD, the 4th is a summary of all three together scientifically, the conclusions from the research, and the last is a protocol video.
Yep. Yeah,
we're here to help. If we're here to help, if you need a consultation, get in touch with Stacie. A lady that called and she said they had a vaccine. He was a medical doctor and he had to take a jab to maintain his job. He and his wife were in ICU the next day. He wasn't expected to live. They sent her home. We used the Tri-Synergy pack, sent it overnight, and the next day, he walks out of the hospital, stable. She was totally stable. He wasn't doing real well, came home. And the next morning has his second application of the 3 formulas, comes out of the bedroom and says to his wife, "What's for breakfast?" The man was dying. He was a doctor. They weren't going to let him out of the hospital. He was dying. In 2 days, he was
that's praise God. And also, for more information about Jean Marie Prince and Inspired Blessings, please go to JeanMariePrince.com. That's JeanMariePrince.com. Thank you so much, and God bless.
You took control when I was young, when I